That's the end of the world. One girl. Smash that like button. This is pure survival. Cry if you need to. Rick Ross, you're gonna have to cry, dude. To do. Cause Drake is celebrating right now. After Rick Ross got jumped last night and more details is coming out. I just was talking about this a minute ago, and now I'm getting this breaking news that Rick Ross and his legal team are threatening to sue Drake. Talking about Drake put a $50,000, bounty pretty much on his head. Salute to Miss Red. Miss Red, we were just surviving Rick Ross for a second, but I stopped because I found out more information. Drake is celebrating right now. Pure survival. So this does seem as though that Drake may be guilty of this, but I don't know if it's fully true. Pure survival. But Rick Ross got jumped last night. Him and his crew, his security team, they all got stomped out. I'm talking about them dudes in Canada, they got the stomping in their Air Force Ones. Ain't no going on. Pure survival. So now Rick Ross and his team, they are threatening to sue Drake over this shit. Now this is all stem from the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, like I've been telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that they were some innocent backpack rappers, but clearly Drake got some people that'll move out for him, and Kendrick Lamar got people that move out for him. Pure survival. And Rick Ross should have minded his business. Oh, because they did not give a fuck. I'm talking about one of Rick Ross' titties popped out. Pure survival. Oh, he wasn't the biggest boss that we seen this far. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, Rick Ross took the biggest loss that we seen this far last night. And look at Drake celebrating. Drake is celebrating. You know what I'm saying?
Before African woman, you're the one I adore. Happy Canada Day. See, I'm rapping too. Happy Canada Day to everybody.
Drake is literally laughing, saying Happy Canada Day. Pure survival. Rick Ross get jumped and stomped out last night, and Drake is partying, celebrating like he's taking accountability for it during survival. Like he's taking accountability for it. He said it's Happy Canada Day. Salute to everybody in the building. Smash that like button. Y'all remember I was just talking about the Rick Ross situation? How about Drake is celebrating right now? He's taking accountability, and now they're saying that Rick Ross' legal team want to sue him, saying that Drake put $50,000 on his head. And I'm starting to believe it, because why would Drake be celebrating and Rick Ross got jumped last night? Huh. The only thing Drake don't got in this video right now is some Wingstop. That's all he need is to get some Wingstop, and you know he talking about Rick Ross. Huh. Happy Canada Day.
Cheers, man. Cheers to the whole country. Our day today. Sun's out. Enjoy it. Enjoy. Like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore. Happy Canada Day. See, I'm rapping too. Happy Canada Day to everybody.
You see, he's happy. Pure survival. Drake is laughing, joking, talking about Happy Canada Day. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if Drake really put a fucking $50,000 hit on him. Pure survival. And now they talk about his legal team want to sue him. But you got to prove that Drake is the one who did it. Yeah, of course he's going to troll the shit. Pure survival, he's going to troll it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is he supposed to do? He took a major loss to Kendrick Lamar in front of everybody. Rick Ross was cheering that shit on. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And now they done caught him last night. Oh, and knocked the bra off of him. Titty juice everywhere. It was titty juice. It was breast milk all over the place. When that dude hit Rick Ross, I saw titty milk flying all over the place. Pure survival. And Drake is celebrating this shit, and so is 50 Cent and everybody else. celebrating. Like I said, I don't promote violence, but if you talk that gangster shit, this is the gangster consequences. You know what I'm talking about? Push it to the limit. Yo, this crazy.
Peeps, now it looks like the Canadians finally pushed it to the limit amidst the Drake and Ross beef. Now, Rick Ross was captured on video being assaulted by some OVO Drake goons. Ooh, hit me. And Twitter slowed down the footage and it shows Rose getting stole in the mouth. Now, how you gonna do the biggest boss like that?
Y'all see that? Rick Ross got punched in his mouth last night by some OVO members. These are members of Drake crew. So if Drake put $50,000 on them, it's not far fetched. Pure survival. Y'all got to get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? Because it went down last night in Canada. It went down, and they was Drake's people. That's crazy.
Peeps, now it looks like the Canadians finally pushed it to the limit amidst the Drake and Ross beef. Now, Rick Ross was captured on video being assaulted by some OVO Drake goons. Ooh, hit me. And Twitter slowed down the footage and it shows Rose getting stole in the mouth. Now, how you gonna do the biggest boss like that?
It's very disrespectful.
Now, legend has it that it's a no-fly zone for Rick Ross in Toronto and a no-fly zone for Drake in Miami.
So Rick Ross is not allowed. He got banned from Canada. Pure survival. They banned Rick Ross from Canada. He can't open up no wing stops, none of that shit. And Drake is not allowed in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And Rick Ross was all excited going down there to Canada. And Drake really got a team. Like, I ain't even know he had a crew like that. Cause they stomped them boys out. I think they beefing because he was cheering on Kendrick Lamar in the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like some rap shit. Pure survival.
Now, how you gonna do the biggest boss like that?
It's very disrespectful.
Now, legend has it that it's a no-fly zone for Rick Ross in Toronto and a no-fly zone for Drake in Miami. Now, that's just a rumor, but it could definitely be true the way they ran down on Ross. Now, in the footage, you see Ross escaping the melee and leaving his mans to fend for himself, and fans wasn't happy about how he moved in that altercation.
Now I'm gonna tell all the fans that's laughing at Rick Ross for running on his crew, pure survival. I don't blame Rick Ross for running. Rick Ross is a diabetic, pure survival. What is Rick Ross gonna do? Like what is he gonna do? Pull his titties out and start spraying breast milk all over the place? The fat motherfucker had to get the fuck going. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Rick Ross hauled ass on his homie. He took off running. Some of you motherfuckers would have ran too. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was sweet to go to Canada and perform knowing that he had beef with Drake. But I never thought that Drake was like no tough guy. I still don't think he a tough guy. Pure survival. But do I believe that he possibly put the money on Rick Ross' head? Yes. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Rick Ross got money to be able to put on your head. So Drake can do the same thing. Y'all know he not no tough guy, but Drake money is long as a motherfucker. Pure survival. He done got his house shot up. You know what I'm saying? This whole rap battle, these two, I would have never thought that it would have turned to violence, but it has. And I don't feel bad for Rick Ross because Rick Ross made fun of Mike Knox, 50 Cent rap artist that got ran down on in Philly. Pure survival. And I made fun of Mike Knox too. And Mike Knox said that it was funny. You know what I mean? But I know that he not no punk for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But what you gonna do when a bunch of niggas come running towards you? Oh, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Rick Ross did. He hauled ass.
It's a no-fly zone for Rick Ross in Toronto and a no-fly zone for Drake in Miami. Now, that's just a rumor, but it could definitely be true the way they ran down on Ross. Now, in the footage, you see Ross escaping the melee and leaving his mans to fend for himself, and fans wasn't happy about how he moved in that altercation. Now, the whole fisticuff started after Ross tried to play Not Like Us, and some people wasn't having it.
So y'all hear that, right? So Rick Ross went to Canada. He had a show, and he tried to play the song not like us. They just not us. They just not us. Pure survival. So why would you go to Canada, Rick Ross, huh, and try to play Kendrick Lamar music, and you thought that them Canada niggas was gonna play that shit, dude? This is pure survival. Why would you go to Canada trying to play Kendrick Lamar music during survival, sir? You should have just stuck to your own goddamn music. So you can tell that Rick Ross was trying to troll Drake. Pure survival. So I don't blame them motherfuckers for whatever happened because you caused the problem on your own. So make sure you guys understand Rick Ross went to Canada, had his own show, Pure Survival, and he decided that he wanted to play They Just Not Us. They Just Not Us. They Just Not Us. He wanted to play Kendrick Lamar music. So them Drake motherfuckers, them Canada niggas went crazy. Pure survival.
Fans wasn't happy about how he moved in that altercation. Now, the whole fisticuff started after Ross tried to play Not Like Us, and some people wasn't having it. Now, of course, there's some other footage available out there, which I'm actually...
Y'all see that? He was sitting there talking about, can y'all play They Just Not Us? They Just Not Us. And the dude just stole home on him. Pure survival. And these was white OVO gangsters. These was white and yellow dudes that did this to Rick Ross. Huh. White and yellow. I saw a white hand punch Rick Ross right in the beard. Pure survival. And beard juice just went sprinkling all over the thing. They was slipping all on the beard juice. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. He shouldn't have never tried to play Kendrick Lamar's song. And shout out to Kendrick Lamar, shout out to Drake. I fuck with both of them. Pure survival. But I'm not going to go to Canada and be smart talking about turn on They Just Not Us. They Just Not Look, my pet fly Octavia. I got a new pet fly, Pure Survival. His name is Octavia. So if you see Octavia flying around, he get happy as shit when he on camera. You know what I'm saying? But Rick Ross called this ass whooping on himself. Y'all got to get them likes up. We're surviving Rick Ross legal team threatening to sue Drake. Talking about Drake put a $50,000 hit on him. Pure survival. To me, I wouldn't put it past Drake, but I think Rick Ross got his own self sucker punched. You ain't got to put a $50,000 hit on a motherfucker when you come to the DJ and say, yo, play this song. I think somebody in the crowd just sucker punched them just on GP because that's some very arrogant shit. Everybody can't afford to come to your car shows, Rick Ross. Everybody can't afford to come to your mansion. So you asked for this ass whooping.
Now, of course, there's some other footage available out there, which I'm actually not going to show on YouTube. If y'all want to check that out, y'all can pull that up on Twitter. But apparently, Rick Ross's DJ, Sam Sneak, man, he got them hands put on him as well as Rick.
And y'all got to put your prayer hands up for Rick Ross DJ. Pure survival. Y'all got to put your prayer hands up for Rick Ross DJ. They almost knocked the dreads out of this motherfucker's hair. You know what I'm saying? This is the DJ. You know what I'm saying? And if I come to play music, I'm coming to work. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to try to get me to play a goddamn diss record, Ricky. And you got this man almost got his dread. It was dreads all over the goddamn place. Pure survival. They tried to knock the dreads out of the DJ's fucking hair. This ain't got nothing to do with me. That beef ain't have nothing to do with Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to troll Drake. And now you got your DJ beat the fuck up. You done got the background dancers beat up. You done, you done got motherfuckers Wingstop chicken wings knocked out their hand. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross caused this problem on himself. So I put my prayer hands up for Rick Ross DJ and his dreads because his dreads didn't deserve that.
Now, of course, there's some other footage available out there, which I'm actually not going to show on YouTube. If y'all want to check that out, y'all can pull that up on Twitter. But apparently, Rick Ross's DJ, Sam Sneak, man, he got them hands put on him as well as Rick Ross. Now, it's definitely crazy, man. I mean, for one, Rick Ross is in a whole nother country, doesn't have his crew with him. So it's interesting to see what's going to actually happen if Drake comes to Miami. You know, apparently Drake does have a home located in Miami, but it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to move safely within those Miami streets, man.
Yeah, because now Rick Ross is going to try to do the same thing to Drake. He's going to make sure that Drake can't come to Miami. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because I know he's not going to be able to take that loss like that. You know what I mean? Especially when you call yourself the biggest boss that we've seen this far. And this is the biggest loss that we saw this far. Oh, you know what I mean? And shout out to Freeway Ross, the real Rick Ross. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Me and him in the same movie. We actually shooting a movie right now. Oh, and we in the same movie. Good dude. You know what I mean? So Rick Ross, I'm sorry, man, but you asked for this ass whooping. Oh,
You know, Rick Ross does have a lot of love in Miami, Florida, man, and also down in the South. So it's going to be interesting to see if people allows Drake to just move freely. You know, Drake does have the backing of Jay Prince, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll be straight in Texas, but will he be straight in Florida? Now, guys, this definitely wasn't on my bingo card for 2024. It looks like 2024 is turning out to be crazy. Definitely a shit show on every single front, man. Never expected this to actually go into violence, but
and look how nerdy Drake is. Oh, pure survival. Like, look how he was a nerd like a motherfucker as a kid. So I never saw a gangster bone in Drake body. Pure survival. I had no idea. Look at this motherfucker. Now, Drake definitely looked like he could have been on a Revenge of the Nerds. That's exactly what he looked like. A Weird Science. Y'all remember that motherfucking movie, Weird Science? Pots and pieces everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But he done grew up and it's his money. So you can't look at this right here and just think that Drake cannot have something like this happen. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? I know a motherfucker that'll do something to somebody for $30. Oh, you know what I mean? $25 in food stamps. These niggas got millions. But I do not promote violence. I'm just telling y'all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish that this didn't happen. But y'all know, like I just told y'all, if Rick Ross didn't go down there starting the problems, you in a whole nother country, sir. Oh, everybody don't just look up to you just because you some rapper and da 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 da. You got some people. Look, you got these. He looked like a serial killer. Pure survival. This is one of Drake's childhood friends, and the dudes that beat Rick Ross up and has stomped out his team and all of them, they look like they were some white dudes and some yellow dudes. Pure survival. So this boy probably grew up and was out with his homies. You know what I'm saying? Probably in a crib trying to put a bomb together, and then they like, oh, Rick Ross is in Canada. Oh, we gonna run down on them. So you never know who Drake be able to send to come get you. Oh, because he got all kinds of weird, different kinds of looking friends out this motherfucker.
24 is turning out to be crazy. Definitely a shit show on every single front, man. Never expected this to actually go into violence, but apparently it did.
And they used
How do y'all feel this whole entire thing is going to actually go down? Now, it started out like Rick Ross was just kind of throwing jabs, but now it looks like it took another route.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watch that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion. Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? Why?
Now y'all hear that, right? Pure survival. So this was before Rick Ross got jumped last night. He was making fun of Drake, calling him a white boy, talking about Birdman going broke, Birdman house went in foreclosure. Why ain't you helping Birdman out? So Rick Ross was already egging Drake on during survival. Listen to him. He talking about Drake, and they done caught up with him. Oh.
How do y'all feel this whole entire thing is going to actually go down? Now, it started out Like Rick Ross was just kind of throwing jabs, but now it looks like it took another route.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion. Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my...
Do y'all hear that? Oh, you got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money. Oh, now you know what? You shouldn't have said that, Rick. Pure survival. You know what I mean? You kept being racist towards Drake because Drake is a vanilla ice. He's vanilla, goddammit. Pure survival. He's a mulatto. Drake is a goddamn mulatto, and you kept calling him a white boy, and then you got the white boys that jumped you and your crew. Pure survival. So that's why, you know what I mean, Miss the lounge in the building, when you just asked me what did Rick Ross, how did the beef start? Listen to what Rick Ross is saying. T Lounge. So now you can hear it. Rick Ross and Drake been had beef, but Rick Ross kept calling him out his name and all that. Like, you know what I mean? And Rick Ross clearly probably to me would beat Drake. Drake don't seem like a fighter, but you can put money on a motherfucker real fast.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion. Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my went in foreclosure. Come on, white boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. White boy, don't do stunner like that. Come on, man. What happened to that? 48 hours, the countdown has begun. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy.
Wow, and you know that's some rich nigga shit, pure survival. He gonna say that Drake had an old ass jet. They done gave you that jet. That jet was old as shit. I never even been on a jet. Pure survival. That's a whole rich nigga argument. You know what I mean? They laughing at each other because somebody got an old jet or you got a new jet. Motherfucker, you should be happy that you got a jet. Pure survival. You know what I mean? I don't even got a bicycle. You know what I'm saying? Fucking let alone a goddamn jet. You know what I mean? So yes, Rick Ross was talking that shit. He was talking heavy. You know what I mean? So now his legal team is allegedly threatening to sue Drake, saying that he put $50,000 on him. My personal opinion, I don't think Drake put no money on him. I'm saying that Drake is capable of doing this, pure survival. He got his house shot up. He's going through all kinds of depression and anxiety after losing the battle to Kendrick. You know what I mean? Calling him a certified pedophile, you know what I mean? So he's finally got his feelings hurt during survival. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that that's going to stop Drake from making good music. But in my opinion, I kind of think that he lost the battle to Kendrick. Pure survival. So now he's willing to do anything. But I think them Canada dudes, they just beat Rick Ross up and his crew up just to do it. I don't think that Drake put the money on his head. He was already saying a bunch of shit. You trying to play a diss record in their country. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, guys. We are surviving Rick Ross getting his breast implants knocked out his titties. Pure survival.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion. Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my went in foreclosure. Come on, white boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. White boy, don't do stunner like that. Come on, man. What happened to that? 48 hours, the countdown has begun. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old God is great. I know this shit is really funny because I'm gonna tell y'all, it's like battling against nerds. It's like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class.
Now you hear this? Now first he's calling them white boy this and white boy that. Now he's saying that Drake is a nerd. He's this, he's that. So at least for the people who want to know how it started and how it got to this point, pure survival, where dudes done got knocked and chased out their sneakers, Rick Ross has been instigating this stuff with the palm trees in the background. Pure survival. Doing this shit from the mansion. Now he ran into them dudes in person on their territory during survival, calling him a nerd and Drake the type motherfucker that'll do your homework for you. Oh, probably did back in the day. Oh, I would have cheated off Drake's fucking homework. That's the type motherfucker I'll be. I cheated off of people's papers in school that wore glasses. Just because you wore glasses, I automatically thought that you was a smart motherfucker. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this the shit Ricky was talking about. Smash that like button.
That old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old God is great. I know this shit is really funny because I'm gonna tell y'all, it's like battling against nerds. It's like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class. Man, y'all can have that shit. I ain't with that shit. Your nose fake, your stomach fake. You don't write raps. Your biggest homies in foreclosure. Come on, man. Go buy all that.
He said Drake's nose is fake. He don't write his own raps. Pure survival. And you know Drake does have a different kind of nose. Like, I got a unique nose. Pure survival. That's why if a woman ever try to say she pregnant by me, look, Jamil, this the baby. All I had to do was look at the nose. Pure survival. My whole life, that's how I'm able to tell paternity. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to say that baby mine? Let me see the nose. Pure survival. So Drake does have a unique nose. He got a different nose. And Rick Ross was making fun of his nose. That broke his heart. Pure survival.
I know this shit is really funny because I'm gonna tell y'all, it's like battling against nerds. It's like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class. Man, y'all can have that shit. I ain't with that shit. Your nose fake, your stomach fake. You don't write raps. Your biggest homies in foreclosure. Come on, man. Go buy all that's living with each other a big mansion and put the BBL Drizzy logo on the gates, man. Feet, man. Come on, man. Do that shit, man. And y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him park that old ass plane. It's a 1978. The cargo jet people gave it to him free for promo, and I ain't hating, but be safe, man.
See, he said we need to pray for Drake, and now we need to pray for Rick Ross. Oh, we were supposed to pray for Drake. Now we got to pray for you, sir. Pure survival.
That's living with each other a big mansion and put the BBL Drizzy logo on the gates, man. Feet, man. Come on, man. Do that shit, man. And y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him park that old ass plane. It's a 1978. The cargo jet people gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe, man. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seatbelts and make sure the oxygen things in there, because that shit was just for luggage. It wasn't for human beings. So what? This is a perfect opportunity for y'all to see the type white boy he is. Soon as that pressure on white boy, he gonna go post stunner in that $20 jogging suit. No, the man needs some paper. And make him say, I got your back. He don't want to say that to that Mark. Ain't got that Mark back. That Mark ain't fed him none. But since you done watched him struggle and gave him, show the world you.
Damn, Rick Ross was talking a lot of shit. Pure survival. I didn't even see all of this. He was talking hella shit. And that shit just bit him in the ass. That's why I said I do not stand next to and promote violence and shit. But if you egg somebody on, you know, because I kind of think that these people was people that just fuck with Drake. I don't think that he paid them no money to do that. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy. But he was instigating and brought it on himself.
Oxygen things in there because that shit was just for luggage. It wasn't for human beings. Guess what? This is a perfect opportunity for y'all to see the type white boy is. Soon as that pressure on white boy, he gonna go post stun in that $20 jogging suit. No, the man needs some paper. And make him say, I got your back. He don't want to say that to that mark. Ain't got that mark back. That mark ain't fed him none. But since you done watched him struggle and gave him, show the world you go buy him, post him when you go buy him $40 million man. Your mama, then I'm a post Birdman and kiss him on TV. Nah. And them used to do, huh? When Stunner was on top, when you was, come on, white boy, show the world we watching now. Ooh, you need them. Ooh. Hey, I need you to play that.
Did y'all hear that? Because somebody was calling my phone like, wow.